measure the full spectrum of different types of radiation and radioactive isotopes that are being released. Very, very delicate instruments, and we're not seeing any information now 13 days in from our own government that's charged with protecting us. In another astonishing clip, in the wake of Japan's nuclear power plant crisis, Japan's chief cabinet secretary admits, and we have a video link there, that they are not actually measuring radiation levels at Fukushima's nuclear power plant and cannot accurately do so. That's not true. But are instead only estimating the radiation via the use of computer simulation model. This is a fresh admission piling on top of what has already been a cover-up of massive proportions and coincides with a warning today that infants should not drink the tap water in the surrounding Tokyo area because levels of radioactive iodine are too high. Despite the lack of accurate measurements, the Japan Nuclear Agency reported that the highest levels of radiation yet from Fukushima Reactor 2, as well as 13 sightings of neutron beams radiation, is reportedly 1,600 times safe levels, according to the Kyoto News, CNN, and other major publications. And more U.S. states find traces of radiation from Japan, CNN is reporting.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
We now take you live
To the Central Texas Command Center.
in the heart of the resistance. You are listening to The Alex Jones Show.
We've got a lot of other news to cover. And no, it's not going to be about Elizabeth Taylor dying. As much as I liked her, she was a humanitarian. that does not affect the wider spectrum of what's happening on this planet. We've also got a lot of bizarre nanny state, police state news. The mayor pushes Washington for federal toilet paper tax. City bans girls from selling Girl Scout cookies, saying they've got to get a license to do that, to operate a business. Town examines cracking down on swing sets because they could be dangerous, just like they've banned dodgeball and then tag at most public schools. It's all part of the total tyranny in the name of safety. Federal government's moving to put boxes in all cars to track everywhere you go and what you do and tax you by the mile for your safety. They're also in the news talking about cameras in all cars, watching you in live time just in case you have a problem. The police will dial in and watch you. The Houston police chief has again proposed cameras in people's homes. They've now done that in over 22,000 homes in England. No criminal record, no presumption of innocence. They just say when you have a new baby, we've got to put cameras in your house and watch you. Guilty until proven innocent. The total 1984 system is coming into play. We're also going to be getting into the economy. But basically, I've covered most of the new news dealing with what's happening in Japan. But the situation, to sum it up, to give you the Infowars.com analysis, is it's out of control. And when you've got 6 reactors, even the 2 they supposedly shut down, including 5, smoking, having fires, black smoke pouring out, and clear ongoing meltdowns of the live uranium and plutonium, especially in the number 3 reactor, this is a recipe for disaster. And unfortunately, many physicists are saying, and radiation specialists, that the worst is probably ahead of us, and that if those plants have completely melted down, 1 or more, we know a cover-up is then going on. We don't know the extent of how big the cover-up is. There has been partial meltdown, and there could be huge explosions, not just future hydrogen explosions, but there could be a fission, chain reaction, nuclear explosion that will then project all of that radioactive waste dump that is the Fukushima facility and the live reactors sky high in a massive nuclear chain reaction that will not be pretty and will basically make much of Japan uninhabitable and will turn much of the Pacific into a radiation dump. But there's a reason cancer is up several thousand percentage points. And one of the big reasons in a cocktail of reasons is the thousands of nuclear tests that have been done total, 500 plus above ground, which were halted because of people demonstrating and putting pressure on their elected representatives. But it's just an example of how the globalists will even soil their own nest while running around preaching at us, telling the public that we have to give up our liberties, give up our freedoms because of the fact that carbon dioxide is so deadly when it's what plants breathe. Looking at some of this police state news, Hazelwood cracked down on Girl Scout cookies. CBS News is reporting on that. The city of Hazelwood says that they do support the Girl Scouts, but not when they are violating the home occupancy code. You've heard about people with lemonade stands getting fines. This is now unfolding across the country. But now they're saying Girl Scouts can't set up stands on the street corners or in front of their homes because it violates the code. The illegal aliens can break every law under the sun, drive around drunk with no driver's license, and 800-plus cities are sanctuary cities. Government individuals across the board statistically don't pay their taxes. There's been some reports that upwards of half of the Congress doesn't pay their income taxes. They make themselves exempt from the health care laws they make for us, but then they teach our children that they're under a magnifying glass of bureaucratic Soviet-style control. The article goes on, they've been warned, but the city says the Girl Scouts who are continuing to sell Girl Scout cookies from the stand in front of their home. A neighbor complained anonymously because of all the people and the traffic and the dogs barking at all the people and the traffic. So a good see something, say something person might have watched Janet Napolitano at Walmart, say spy on your neighbors, and, well, they are spying. Just like the reports we get constantly about realtors in your house, and they see a gun case, they think guns are illegal, even though they're not, they call the police. Or realtors are in your house and they see a reloading kit in your basement, they call the police. That's happened to one of our writers at Infowars.com. Or it's got to be 12 years ago now, the carpet cleaner trying to call the cops because he saw a shotgun in my house and thought it was illegal. It was black. It was scary. It looked evil. Based on this complaint, the city of Hazelwood has to take action, says spokesman Tim Davidson. He says it is also against city code to sell products from a home. So there you go, and they're going to have to crack down on the Girl Scouts. But I thought the Girl Scouts are key to Homeland Security. You can pull up Girl Scouts recruited for Homeland Security to keep an eye on their parents and others. Also, all over the country, they're putting taxes on bottled water, saying plastic bottles are evil. And now the Omaha World Herald reports Suttle unrolls toilet paper tax. Mayor Jim Suttle went to Washington this week, flush with ideas for how the federal officials, not servants, could help cities like Omaha, Nebraska pay for multi-billion-dollar sewer projects. The government puts new regulations on the sewer systems, on the water treatment, and then the cities have to raise taxes to comply with that, and then private companies come in and offer to buy up the city-run system, and then they get waivers from the government not to put in the new systems. Based on the 4-pack price for Charmin double rolls at the Midtown Hy-Vee, such a tax would add more than 10 cents per roll price, pushing it up over $1 per package. The idea came from a 2009 House measure by an Oregon congressman to help cities and the environment. So a tax on breathing, a tax on carbon dioxide, a tax on toilet paper, just like they want the salt tax in New York, and they're threatening huge multi-thousand-dollar fines. Mayor Bloomberg wants people to get in big trouble if they oversalt food at restaurants. Omaha estimates that the toilet paper tax would help them with their $1.7 billion bill for federally mandated sewer improvements. There you go with the sewer improvements. I'll be honest, I hadn't even read the whole article yet, but there it is, the federally mandated sewer systems, which then make them add more chemicals and more toxins because the laws are written by the big chemical industries to cause this consolidation. But don't worry, all over the country they're training people how to be good little prisoners. And we have another report here. Parents could face fine for burying 10-month-old on their own property who died. I guess you got to get a special permit to put a family cemetery in. And town examines swing set rules. We also have those reports coming out. Westport's swing set rules get second look. Rules regarding swing sets and play sets in Westport will go under the microscope tonight. In the Planning and Zoning Commission public hearing, proposal was filed to make them exempt from current setback and coverage requirements. They're saying under a new law, unless they repeal it, that you've got to get special rules and inspections to be able to have a play set in your backyard. The text of the amendment made by resident Carrie Moskowitz seeks to change the definition of a structure to exclude swing sets and play sets, thus making them an exemption to set back the coverage regulations. Currently, swing sets and play sets must be placed at least 50 feet from property lines, but most people's backyards, again, it's impossible to do that. So, again, it's all Agenda 21. The UN writes these regulations to shut down farms, ranches,